Good day, everyone. This is Dr. Melvin Montejo, and I would like to thank the host and of this conference that you invited me as your keynote speaker, and also my colleague in school that you are always giving me a motivation. This is my study about the resilience and adversity quotient of the secondary student. So why I'm doing this and why I'm studying this to share with you, because as what I observe, looking at the different stages of life, students encounter and face a various hardship, adversity, pains, and sorrow of even ethnicity, discrimination, poverty, and insurgency, including the redo. These problems faced and viewed in secondary schools were seriously listed both private and public schools teachers with staff as their burden. As a result, students' behavior, such as students' indifference as well as absenteeism, including disrespect to their teachers, drug abuse, students' tardiness, dropout service, it led the behavior of students as well as their attitudes were very observable as seen by the teachers. And indeed, no, the students as their what their everyday attitude is observable, no, of the secondary level. Further argued that the non-resilient children's experience an inability to cope and pessimism, per exclusion and conflict. It was found out that the achieving success means of overcoming these issues. On the other hand, peoples with low adversity quotient accept the reality that it is their own making and fault. They tend to see these challenges as beyond their control and they hit themselves for the problems. The counter adversity quotient is significant that increases and gives excellence. Therefore, a lot of studies were conducted on adversity quotient and found a positive relationship with academic outcomes by considering the grades. The science of human resilience is referred to as adversity quotient. Competence and adversity measures the ability of the persons to face these difficult issues. According to Stoltz 2012, explains that one can respond to adverse situations and can overcome it. The methods, no? The research and this survey made use of a non-experimental quantitative research design utilizing descriptive demographical techniques. It is non-experimental research because the independent variables of the study is not manipulated and there was no random assignment to certain groups according to Jean 2008. The research local, this what's the research determine the area. The location of the survey was Kiblawan District, Davao del Sur. Two were private secondary schools located at the Poblacion Kiblawan and four national high schools located in nearby areas of Kiblawan district. So the names of the school were purposely not mentioned to keep the private of the seed schools. Politically, it is located in the second congressional district in Davao del Sur. Kiblawan is the best locale of the study as this is the source of information and data specific to the kind of the respondent involved in the study. So the population size. So this is how we determine our respondent. So there were 540 respondents in the study who belongs to six high schools and the six this Kiblawan district. So research instrument, the questionnaire was modified and patterned from the sources, which as coherent instrument and a tool for the survey in the set of strategy. Student freely describe the cause of specific outcome with the help of questionnaire, questionnaires prepared by the researcher. And the result, the interpretations of the findings employed and the study. The topics are discussed in a sequence as follows: the level of resilience of the secondary student and the level of adversity competence of the secondary student, and the significance of the relationship between resilience and adversity competence of the secondary student. So that's the standard deviation and the two descriptive tables, the table 1 and the table 2. So range from 0.588 to 0.702, which is less than 1.0. As the physical standard deviation for a 5 points Likert scale according to Wittingate and Bayer 1994. This means that the rating and the accomplishment questionnaire were close to the means, indicating consistency of responses among the respondent. So the overall is the resilience of the secondary student. So the overall mean of the 4.02 for the level of resilience assessment described as a high, indicating that the level of resilience assessment was oftentimes manifested. The high level could be attributed to the high reading of the majority of the indicators as shown in the table 1. For the indicators of the resilience assessment, the high level was the result of the determination with a very high rating of 4.37. So shown in the pie graph, 2 are the responses of the respondent on their level of the student adversity with descriptive level of moderate, which is what we call the student adversity. The computed overall means was 3.36, which means that the level of the student adversity was sometimes exhibited. So the overall means was 3.36 or described as moderate. The result of the mean scores of 3.46 or high for reach, 3.41 or high for control, and 3.39 or moderate for the endurance, and 3.18 for or moderate for the ownership. So as the finding and the significance of the study, with considerations of finding of the study, conclusions are drawn in this section. The level of the student's resilience is high and the level of the adversity quotient of the student is moderate. So the respondent were favorable to measure the level of their being resilient and adversity competent and responded the chaotic situation especially and the remote places in Kiblawan. So based on the findings of the study, the researchers arrived at the following recommendation. So for school administrators to include in the annual school activities leadership training to improve the student participations and exposure to various situations that may provide avenues and developing the student resilience adversity. For the students learn to explore the root cause of the problems and take responsibility out of it. They also tend to analyze intelligently the scenarios and the issues at hand. And finally, they do something to overcome this adversity in life, whatever they are and whatever it is that may come their way in the future. for the parents to constantly support the daily activities and endeavors of their children, particularly in decision making and be able to deal with the bigger problems and the future. And for the teacher to be able keen and observing their student inside or outside the school campus, and they have to aware of the problem shared by the student in the various aspects of their daily living and learning. And also for the guidance counselor, may look into developing special seminars, talks, and activities workshop with the students, leaders who have problems with handling and coping with adversity in their respective schools. For the future, researchers are also included. It is recommended to increase the number of respondents and give focus on some other vicinity of other or different characteristics compared to this research. In, the, in addition, they can consider more profile like age, grade level, gender, and other variables can be added in coping mechanism to develop resiliency and adversity competence of the students, especially in the grade 10 level. So thank you very much for the listening. This is Dr. Melvin A. Montejo. Thank you.